I'm going to share with you the exact blueprint that I used to consistently lose 1 pound week after week. If you can keep that up for a year, that's 50 pounds. 2 years, that's 100 pounds. The key is consistency. No matter how much weight you need to lose, it's possible by using this simple method. I'm an RN, and sometimes I hear explanations from physicians who want to help people be healthier. They give you a great summary of what you should and shouldn't eat, but it's kind of like trying to get a drink out of a fire hose. It doesn't help if the patient can't remember it. So the other day I thought, wouldn't it be great if there was a fun, organized video from a medical perspective on safe weight loss that didn't involve bariatric surgery? So here you go. Let's make that video. It really pains me to see people who truly want to get healthy struggle because weight loss is so challenging in the West, especially in the United States. An article from the American Journal of Nutrition found that roughly 20% of individuals were successful at maintaining long-term weight loss, and it's encouraging that some people did, so you know it's possible. The scary thing is only 1 in 5 people are actually successful in that study. You may be saying, well, if only 1 in 5 people can pull it off, I don't like my odds. Well, what can I say? It's too bad that more people didn't have access to this video. Yes, it's challenging. Delicious, unhealthy food gets shoved in our faces. Couch surfing is fun and easy. Working out takes dedication. The internet is full of misinformation. That's why I'm giving you a solid plan of action now to get healthy so that we can beat those odds and change those statistics. When we start out, we want to have a game plan. We need to look 24 months down the line and plan where we want to go. Why 24 months? Research shows that the longer we keep weight off, the more likely we are to continue doing so. It's also a time frame that allows for a slow, gradual transition to lose up to 100 pounds safely. I do recommend consulting a provider before beginning this journey, especially if you're looking to lose a large amount of weight. A provider can give you accountability, encouragement, and if needed, lab work to make sure that your body is responding well. How much weight should I lose per week? You may have heard that there's about 9 calories per gram of fat. That gives us roughly 3,500 calories per pound of body fat. So to lose 1 pound, we need to cut out 3,500 calories. To lose 1 pound every week, we're shooting to lose about 3,500 calories a week. About 500 calories less than we're eating per day. If you're looking to lose a lot of weight and have a lot of junk to clean up in your diet, maybe you could aim a little higher, like 1,000 calories. You're eating 3,000 now, try eating 2,000 tomorrow. Aim for 1,000 calories less per day. You lose 2 pounds a week, but be sure that you're still getting your daily nutrients. Now that's a rough estimate. Results will vary. Don't let that discourage you. Your body does slow down your metabolism somewhat when you cut calories, but that's okay. What we're shooting for is consistency. If you can maintain a deficit every day for weeks to months, you will lose weight. It's a little slower, but you have to keep pushing forward even if it takes time. So in your first week, this is what I want you to do. Write down everything that you eat for a week. Try to eat like you normally would. A food log to average out how many calories you've eaten. In your second week, write out exactly what you want to eat for each day. It doesn't have to be overly detailed. I found that I'm most successful the simpler the diet is. When I start, I pick 2 to 3 meals with varied nutrients made of whole foods. They should contain lots of protein, fiber, nutrients, and preferably be easy to prepare and affordable. Pick 5 to 10 ingredients to make those meals, along with unlimited herbs and spices, since those don't really have any calories in them, but they're going to add flavor. It's going to make it easier. And some antioxidants. It's going to make it healthier. So try to cut out as much sugar and unhealthy fats as possible as well. Focus on low glycemic carbs, healthy fats, and proteins. My personal meal plan that works really well for me: breakfast, oatmeal with chia seeds and blueberries, 1.5 cups oats, 1 cup frozen blueberries, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. Also 1 cup of skim milk or water. That is a grand total of roughly 700 calories for breakfast. Next up is my plan for lunch. It's about 1 cup of brown rice, raw brown rice is going to be a little bit bigger once you put it into the actual container. 1 or 2 cups of vegetables, anything with a low carb count like asparagus, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, half a chicken breast, a tablespoon of olive oil, about 700 calories for that as well. Dinner is going to be half a chicken breast, 1 cup of peas or beans, a cup of vegetables, 2 tablespoons of olive oil for another 700 calories, making a grand total 2,100 calories evenly distributed through the day. You're not going to eat any snacks, you're not going to cheat, you're just going to stick with those 3 things. You're going to do that every day for the first week. Once you've got that down, you can start adding things in to make it more complex, more interesting, but try to keep it simple, whole foods. It's basically what we've been eating. If you meal prep beforehand, it also makes it a little bit easier to keep you from accidentally eating more than you meant to. Feel free to modify what I've done and try to stay true to the principles. The idea with breakfast is that you want something healthy with enough carbs to fuel your day. I work 12-hour shifts. I want something in the morning to give me energy until lunchtime. At lunch, I get something with a little less sugar, but enough slow carbs to carry me through till dinner. That's my brown rice, without feeling overly hungry. At dinner time, I cut out any fast-release carbs and go to the legumes, protein, and fats. Beans and peas are some of the slowest carbs you can get. I don't want to flood my body with glucose right before I sleep. All that's going to do is make my body store sugar as fat. The protein in that dinner, the chicken breast, that keeps my metabolism up. The fats slow down the absorption of whatever carbs I have, preventing any insulin spikes, and that fat also keeps me a little bit full without giving my body carbs that it can't burn. You're going to keep this up for as many weeks as you can, adding in little by little other healthy options for a varied diet and a multivitamin if you decide you need it once you get the basic principles down. Hopefully by week 10, you're super excited because you were consistent, had a clear plan, executed it, and lost 10 to 20 pounds. Now what? Well, depending on your body type and how much you had to lose, you may have hit a plateau. If that's you, don't give up. We have a phase 2. If you're still eating more than 2,000 calories, we can try to cut more calories out. Consider if you can safely take out another 500 calories from your diet to keep the weight loss going. If you're struggling to get enough vitamins and protein, you might consider taking that multivitamin and then protein powder if you need it. Try to shoot for the daily recommended amount of all your essential nutrients and at least 0.4 grams of protein per pound of body weight. For me, that's about 60 grams. If you don't want to cut more calories, the other option is to transition to slower carb foods. Replace the rice in the meal plan with something slower like peas, or cut the amount of rice in half and replace it with double that volume of low carb vegetables. Less carbs, less insulin spikes, helps with the weight loss. So if you've been doing that for about a year, you've hit week 50, you've been successful in cutting about 1 pound per week, congratulations, you've just lost 50 pounds. If your goal was less than that, this will look a little bit different for you. At whatever point you hit your goal weight, your goal is now to keep it off for the next 12 months. If you can do that, there's a great chance that you can continue for the foreseeable future. Keep weighing yourself every week. You can loosen up a little bit on snacks and the foods you eat, but try to be consistent with eating 3 healthy meals a day. Try to rein it in if you notice that you're gaining the weight back. By week 100, you're at 2-year mark, you're finally at the end. If your goal was to lose 100 pounds 1 week at a time, you finally arrived. Congratulations. You did it all safely because you were working with a physician, you were consistent, and you were mindful of your macros and micros. You beat the plateaus by pushing through and escalating when necessary. You kept it up for the full 24 months, and now you'll likely be able to maintain that. Keep measuring your weight at least monthly. If you see some weight is coming back, you may need to repeat some of these steps, but there's a great chance that you'll be able to maintain most or all of that fat loss for the long haul. Thanks for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe, and if you have any questions, please leave me a comment so that I can answer them.